Okay, I'm answering a few of your baby-related questions today. As you know, or you may or may not know, I had a baby back in June. This is our first. My husband and I have been married for a number of years, but we had our first baby, a delightful, sweet little girl named Sylvia. And she was born in June 2010. So I have a couple questions. I have a number of questions that have come through, and here are a couple good ones that I thought I would hit on. First off, Jeremy writes, "Hi Sarah, congratulations on the birth of your baby." Thank you. "My little girl was born June 10, so I can relate to what stage you are at and what you're experiencing at this time." That's awfully fun. "I would like to make my own baby food, but since we're starting in the winter and live in Southern Oregon, I feel my options are limited. Do you have any suggestions for in-season foods to begin this leg of our journey?" And I suggested if there are any foods that you can still get locally, maybe fall-type foods like apples before the winter actually hits, or any berries or greens. A lot of farms now are finding different ways to grow throughout the year, so you can find broccoli and different things like that that are grown inside in greenhouses. And that would be your only way to get locally grown foods, is to buy them when they are available and in abundance, even if you're buying them over the summer, and then freezing them, pulling them out of the freezer, and then using those to make your baby food. Otherwise, hit the organic section of your grocery store and buy the fruits and vegetables there. It's really important when you're making food for your baby to focus on organic fruits and vegetables. You'll start probably with a cereal. Look for a brown rice cereal that is organic also. A lot of them have good things, like good fats added into them, and also probiotics. DHA and probiotics are added into a lot of the rice cereals, so look for that. But then when you're making your baby food, if you're going for fruits and vegetables, just hit the organic section of your grocery store and you'll be perfectly fine. The next question comes from Stephanie, and she writes, "I was wondering, now that you have a darling little girl, what is your take on vaccinations? Did you let them give her the ones at birth? And are you going on a scheduled run, or do you have a different plan or take on this?" Okay, this is a very individualized choice for all of us. Many people choose to go with the plan that the pediatrician recommends, and others of us choose to alter that a little bit. So it's a very personalized thing. I wouldn't tell you what to do by any means. I'm not a doctor, but here's my experience. This is what I'm doing. I didn't let them give her any of the shots at birth. I didn't feel that it was necessary for her to get the erythromycin or the hepatitis B at birth. So I waived both of those. I waived all shots until she turned 4 months old. In fact, she didn't get a single shot or a single vaccination until she turned 4 months. And from that point on, I've been doing a delayed schedule, spacing all the vaccinations out, never letting her get more than one at a visit. And what this means basically is I'm going back to the doctors a lot more often, but it's because I want to space them out so that her immune system is never struck with a lot of foreign sort of invaders, if we can look at vaccinations that way. I just want to make sure her body is strong and that she's able to accept the things when she does get a vaccination. I personally think that it is a responsible thing to do to get the vaccinations. Different people have different opinions, and we can agree to disagree on that one if we so choose. But I chose to vaccinate my daughter, but I'm doing it on a very delayed schedule. Everything will be spaced out, and she didn't get anything until starting at 4 months. So she'll be delayed getting them all, and then we're spacing everything out. And that's the way we're working at. I was going off of research done by Dr. Kenneth Bach, who wrote a book called The 4 A's, Healing the New Childhood Epidemics. The 4 A's being asthma, ADHD, allergies, and autism. So going off of his research, and then also Dr. Sears. Dr. Sears, of course, is a very well-known pediatrician and wrote the vaccine book. So I did my own research and compiled my own plan based on the work of Dr. Bach and Dr. Sears. So best of luck to you. It's a tough decision, but I hope you can make one that you feel very, very comfortable with.